you doing?
There's something in here. Carpet shops are always throwing these cardboard tubes away. You can store posters or maps in them, or you can wrap a silk scarf around it so it doesn't get creased in your cupboard.
Be a bit shorter, wouldn't they?
Yeah, it's easy to cut though, and I've made furniture with them. I mean, if you had 3 lengths, glue or tie them together, put a top on, it's a table, and because it doesn't matter if it gets damaged, it's ideal for children's furniture.
Yeah, but don't leave them out in the rain. They could get a bit soggy, couldn't they?
That's a point.
I don't suppose real scrimpers use paper kitchen towels at all. And I'm really getting into cutting things in half. This would go twice as far, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it will, yeah. A woman in Birmingham was telling me she does the same thing with old emery boards. She just cuts them up the middle, and she's got 2 new edges. Did you know that a full freezer costs a lot less to run than a half-empty one?
No, I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that.
Well, it's true. So if your freezer is running on empty, I'd just fill it up with a few plastic jugs of water.
Well, someone said you should vacuum clean the pipes on the back of the freezer. That's incredible, isn't it?
Incredible, but true.
True.
Yes.
I thought it
The
would
fridge doesn't have to work so hard if the pipes at the back are clean. And while you're at it, make sure the fridge isn't boxed in at the back, because then the warm air drawn out of the fridge can't escape, and you're throwing money away.
One of the things a big scrimper needs, and Pat O'Brien's got, is a set of wheels. Morning.
Hi, Pat.
Hello.
How was the haul?
Oh, quite good. I've got found a mower on the way back in
Where'd
a
you
skip.
get that?
In a skip, yes. Sitting on the top.
It's like it came out of the ark.
It's one for you, Ray. Oh, nice
I've got a nice
wood.
piece of wood,
You
yes,
have?
from
Oh.
the
Wow, not
local
free.
swimming baths.
The swimming baths?
Yeah, they're doing a bit of
What?
renovating and
Certainly keep your eyes open.
Sorry. Right.
What are you going to do with it?
this is going to be a
I don't want to scratch your van, Pat.
massive cloche
Yeah, right.
for the allotment. I'm going to cover it with some polythene, as I've just taken off a new fridge that I've bought.
You've bought a new fridge?
Yes.
I'm shocked.
In the sale.
Oh, right, well, that's all right. It's nice wood, actually, isn't it?
It's exactly what I want. I mean,
Yeah, smooth, not many
it's the
knots.
right shape and everything. This is our most useful area. It's used for so many things. I mean, this freezer, which I was given incidentally, I'd never frozen anything in my life up to then, and then I've learnt to freeze everything. This is a use for plastic containers. This is why I keep so many things, because they've all got uses. But this freezer actually doubles up as a workbench as well, for my husband to do his car working on, and for me to do my gardening, which is all the stuff here is handy. Got all my recycling, seed trays, egg boxes, and donut boxes. I've actually, out at the front, I've got the peas growing in these, and they're very useful because you can see through them. And if you think, oh, nothing's going on, you can actually see underneath, and you can see the roots developing. And it's obviously my recycling place. Everything's marked, labelled, because if you're not organised, then it just doesn't work. I grow my own parsley here. By the way, this is a fruit juice carton, which I use to reflect the light back onto the back of the plant so that they grow straight. My pantry is full of everything that I need. It's all labelled. Got a lot of dried foods and tin stuff, and I've got a space at the end so that when things are on offer, I can buy a little bit more and put them there to restock here. Another thing I do is buy sweets on special offer, and I make a sweet tin for the children, and they actually buy their sweets off me. I don't give them to them. But they buy them cheaper than at the shop.
Your mother said there was something special about your cub socks. What is it?
Well, I didn't have very long to go to the end of cubs.
Yeah.
And they were getting too small. My mum cut the ends off, and so I wear them over my socks, and it looks like I'm wearing the real socks.
I don't know whether I should show you my glory hole, really.
Well, I think you should.
Because some people might think this is an absolute mess.
They might.
But I know what everything is, and it's things I use or may use or need. My paperwork was in such a mess because I'm always tearing hints out of books and things. So I decided that I wanted a proper filing system. So for the moment, I've just put them all into boxes of what they are. And then I'll condense these down and then put them into a proper filing system, into folders. But this is just temporary. But at the same time, if I want anything, I can still get to it and have a look at it. This is exactly the same as the one we've got in the front. There's something wrong on that one, although most of it works, so we're going to take a part out of this one to make the other one. And there's quite a lot of that in this room, hidden about in various places. Because lots of things that you actually buy for a set purpose have got another use besides that, if you look at it with different eyes. Shoe repairs, I stick bits of leather onto the toes and heels, and the leather I take off shoes, old shoes. So these are some shoes that I'm going to take. There's only a bit of leather that's any good, just the tongs there. I shall take those out. Very, very simple to do. I don't even cut it to shape. I just put the glue on, stick it on, and then when it's all stuck, I just cut it round with scissors. You don't have to make anything difficult. It's all very, very, very simple. Now, all my scrimps, and I didn't really think that I was a scrimper until I've just thought about it. I wouldn't have called myself a scrimper. It's something that's developed and it's become a way of life, a part of life.
I've got margarine tubs for my toys and things.
Yeah. On the shelf over there, what's that?
Got a Game Boy box.
Is that a real Game Boy box?
No.
Oh.
The proper ones are about £10.
Really?
And I thought that was a bit too expensive.
Yeah, I should say so.
So I made my own with
brilliant.
partitions.
And so that's the Game Boy there and that's the bits?
Yeah.
That's very good, very good.
This is a linen cupboard that I use for storage. Household items like shampoo, soap, toothpaste, all that sort of thing. Local chemists sell them 3 for the price of 2, so I always buy them only then. The other part of the cupboard is I do a lot of making and mending, so I save buttons off old clothes and zips. Old clothes that have got no more life at all.
Well, this seems to me like an admirable display of ingenuity and resourcefulness, but I know others might see it as just meanness. Does that bother you?
No, it isn't meanness. I've thought it myself sometimes, but it isn't. It's getting value out of the money that you've earned. I think I could say that for every 50p that we've earned, we've probably stretched it to the value of £1.
I'm getting to like cutting things in half.
Oh, right. Yeah, you can't beat the old wire wool pad for cleaning pans, can you? But they usually end up just rusting by the sink. So scrimpers take half-used ones, put them in a plastic bag and keep them in the freezer until they need them again. And you can do a similar thing if you've been using a paint roller. Wrap it in plastic, leave it in the fridge overnight, and it's ready to use the next morning.
I'm beginning to think knock on any door and you'll find a scrimper. Someone devoting so much time and energy to scrimping that you wonder what they've had to give up.
How did you start doing this, Jim?
Well, Christmas I packed up smoking, and I went down the dump one day and I found a bike.
And people just throw them away?
Yes, it's amazing just what people do throw away. Through the silliest faults. I mean, sometimes you get a chain that's rusty, a wheel's come loose, it's wobbly, tyres are flat, handlebars bent. It's a throwaway society. You know, if it's not in fashion, they dump it. And I try to rescue them.
I don't. And you've rescued them and you've put them on top of a pool table, I can see here.
Yeah, I haven't had a game since Christmas.
I'm sure you haven't.
And this little room's my workshop.
Oh.
I had a shower put in and I took the bath out and I thought, well, you've got a nice space here, so I made a nice little bench and I've got these units down the tip for £2 each, and I've got a little stand here and a vice, so I'm well away. And I had trouble with the loo, but I've got one of these twisting things and I pushed it over, so it's
So you rescued all this stuff as well, Jim?
Yeah, I did. I mean, that clock I found in a skip. The Walkmans I found, somebody moved out and just dumped the things. This toaster, I found it in a skip and it showed me like that. And when I turned it over, it's a beautiful shiny 4-piece toaster. And I said to the builder, can I have it? And he said, yeah, take it away, mate. So I took it away and I was really surprised at it. All that had gone in it was the fuse. That I got down the skip as well.
What's that, microwave?
It's a microwave, yes. It only cost me £5 and there's nothing wrong with it.
Next time you're at the tip, think about it. Some of these people could be chucking away a fortune. I suppose there's a sort of satisfaction in getting rid of things. And I suppose if people didn't get rid of things, there wouldn't be anything to rummage through for the rest of us. But be careful when you do. Poke around with a stick. Use gloves. Don't just jump in.
Hey, you found one. Hey, you found one. So how do you know this one's any good? It looks a bit bashed about to me.
No, it's just the handlebars twisted.
Yeah? The wheels okay?
Forks are straight.
Give them a spin. No bad wobbles. Try the brakes. Ah,
Forks
you've got
are
fast
straight.
brakes there.
No, the cable's off of that one, but then it's wrapped round there. That one's busted as well.
It's a fair
But
bit of work.
A couple of cables.
Yeah, no
And,
lights.
no, we've got reflectors on these, and that's just been straightened out. The other one's missing, but
Yeah.
they're not.
The chain set's stable. Yeah, it's all right.
Yep.
And the teeth aren't hooked there on the chain wheel, so it's not had too much wear on it.
Saving bikes from the tip and repairing them is something Go Ahead youth projects do. Jim does it because it's a waste not to.
Can I have a go?
No, it's a bit canked up, this one, but you can have a go on that. I'll fix that one. You be careful.
These have started springing up all over our allotments. Compost bin, 4 pallets, fixed together with wire coat hangers. Simple but effective, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And remember, about 40% of household waste can be composted, so there's plenty of material.
Get hold of the right machinery and you can compost even the toughest stuff. The local council helped the allotment holders of Chagford in Devon. Ah, allotments. More pallets, look. Allotments, where the improvising spirit of Robinson Crusoe lives on.
What are you making here, Dave?
Oh, Rick, I'm making a beam for the kitchen. This will cover some water pipes, and I'm having a beam feature in the kitchen, so should go quite well with it, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it should. You obviously love working with wood.
Oh, I love wood. I like wood. I like the smell and I like the colours, especially when you get a bit of linseed oil onto it.
What other jobs have you done around the house?
Well, I've made a coffee table top. I got an old coffee table. I was thrown out from somewhere, and I got rid of the tatty top. Got a slice of tree, had it planed, put that on, plenty of linseed oil to bring the colours out, and that looks quite nice now. And done a few fireplaces, done them up with these slices of wood.
Coming through the garden, I noticed the structure out here. What's that?
This is my pergola and arches, or whatever you call them, and a nice little garden seat and a little table between. I was quite proud of that. It was made from packing material for glass when they shipped glass, and of course I got my carport. That was made out of 3x2 roofing beams. They're demolishing some houses, and I went to the demolishers and asked how much you want for a few, and £5 into the truck, and away we went. So it didn't cost a lot of money, that. Oh, I've made a very nice Welsh dresser, which I'm proud of.
Where did you get the wood then?
Most of it is pallets, but this is an odd piece of wood I found.
How did you get it home?
Oh, well, I'm a truck driver, so we don't have any trouble with that, do we? I just put it on the truck.
That's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
handy. Yeah, actually, it's very smooth, isn't it? But
Yeah.
that pallet wood is great because it's free, but I mean, it does take a lot of planing and sanding, doesn't it?
Well, if I had to do it myself, I wouldn't do it. I got it done on a machine, so that was all right.
You're lucky. But actually, there is a way of doing it, that avoids all that work. Yeah, what we're going to do is burn these splinters off. I've chosen a particularly nasty board because that'll give the test a good run for its money. Keep the glasses down. This is a rough piece, but you do get such wonderful wood in pallets sometimes. I've found mahogany, I've found maple, cherry even. I think this is just cheap pine. There we go. Doesn't matter if it catches fire, it'll go out. I think you get the idea there. That's phase 1. I'll stop.
Oh,
Move
that's
on to
interesting.
phase 2, where we're going to rob this ash off while it's still hot. Should be good for the garden.
I hope.
We're using a wire brush. This one's quite tough. A suede brush will do the job for you. And there you have a nice smooth piece of wood. No splinters.
Very good.
Not very scrimpish, these things, are they? My aunt told me that if you want to get rid of unpleasant smells in the bathroom, you strike a match. Fight sulphur with sulphur. Have you ever noticed that farmers are great collectors of junk? They just leave stuff lying around right where they last used it. Whole buildings sometimes. This farm, by the way, never uses its kitchen waste to make compost. It makes bacon. Bill Mose lives in a pair of Wellingtons, but so would you if you lived on a pig farm. He worries about the pigs, his wife Jackie worries about the pigs, and the water.
People got no idea if they're not metered on how much water they waste. It's colossal. My mother was the prime one to waste water.
How?
Well, because she'd leave the tap running and things like that. And I bet most people do, that's not metered. And they flush the toilets when there's no need.
You've got a flush toilet.
Well, not continually.
She's got no worries about housework, though.
My sister came to stay one and she cracked me up. Even when I was in the bath, she was hoovering and I thought I was going to have a mental breakdown. She hoovered and hoovered and hoovered, non-stop. I was told once the house should be clean enough to be healthy and dirty enough to be happy. If you did all the things you had to do, you'd never get time to do any of the things you want to do, and that's true. If I kept doing housework, hoovering and that, I wouldn't knit. I wouldn't have time for knitting, I wouldn't have time for a jumble sale. Because the stock got to be fed, that's priority. You do that first. I would really like an empty house, with nothing in there whatsoever. That must be bliss. I mean, it's much easier for me just to wipe the stairs when I'm dirty. I did want carpet once, you know, but now I would never put carpet there. My mother said, never bother about the housework. She said, nobody will know what housework you've done in 100 years' time. They'll know how your 2 children turned out. And it's right enough.
So how did Jackie's children turn out? Well, Charlie's a lawyer, and Jackie Jr.'s got a recycled factory that makes new clothes from old rags.
So this is your raw material?
That's it, that's how we buy it in bales. People think that we go around jumble sales with our bin liners, but I'm afraid, sadly, we don't.
Where do you get it from then?
Rag yards. We deal with about 10 in different places in the country, and they sort it according to what we specifically want to buy. And we get off in our van, get it, bring it back here, and here we are.
And what made you want to work with things that people here have thrown away?
Because I love rubbish. I've always loved it. I think I've got a personality defect or something, and I cannot bear to throw anything away. The more I've got, the happier I am, and I just love to make things out of it. And that was all how it started, this business.
Do you ever waste anything?
I must admit we do, yes. We have waste from our cutting process, but we try to minimise that all the time and design new products that use up the waste from the one before, so it's getting better all the time. This coat's been made out of 91 different pieces of velvet curtain waste, and it's got buttons which have been made from plastic milk cartons as their base, covered in velvet and stitched round, and it's just an attempt to use up our waste.
And where will all these go?
All over the world. We export to about 30 different countries, but our biggest single customer is Japan. I can't believe it, but the Japanese actually love this stuff made out of rubbish.
Right, now let's see if you practice what you preach. Tell me where you've got what you're wearing now.
Right, from top to bottom, this is a scrap t-shirt made from waste jersey. The dungarees were in a bale of denim waste that we buy in to make other products out of, which I stole. And the pendant is made out of old copper with a boot lace for the thing. And the socks, my mum knitted me out of jumpers that she unpicks and then remakes up into socks. And the boots were from the recycling centre at Westwood Ho in Devon.
That's wonderful. Yeah. And your mum made those splendid socks. So did she inspire you with these waste-saving attitudes?
I think she must have done. I wasn't aware of it, but I distinctly remember that the highlight to our weekend was going to a jumble sale on Saturday. That was what we really looked forward to, and we'd come home with bin bags full. It got to the stage where we would be like smuggle them into the house and my dad couldn't see. But I think we became addicted to them in the end.
See, that's quite nice. And then I get a whole heap on my arm and pay for it in one go. You've got plenty of jumble, Carol.
Yes.
Jackie Jr.'s home for the weekend, or for the jumble.
I wouldn't be able to resist it if I did see something really nice. Naughty, really.
If you go every week, in the end, you get nice outfits all together, you know?
Nice, isn't it? For you? Or for you or me?
Well, either.
Size.
And for the factory, look.
Lovely, excellent. Hey, then.
That's Carol's.
Is it?
Yeah.
Mum, I love them.
Yeah, no, those are nice. I like the colour. This is Bill's snooker room, or what he intended to be his snooker room, but I'm afraid it's been overtaken by, oh, that's for Jackie, by all my jumbo, which one day, hopefully, I shall be able to sort out.
Thrifty 50. 50 ideas to help you scrimp. For a copy, send a postal order or cheque for £2 made out to Channel 4 to Scrimpers, P.O. Box 4000, London W3 6XJ.
Waste not, want not, that's what they'll say. Waste not, want not, don't throw it away.
Click on screen for more videos of Extraordinary Humans.